Hello everyone, welcome to Community Distance Reiki. Hang on one moment, I just need to adjust my cameras. Okay, that is much better. Apologies everyone, things are a little bit, catch as catch can here. My neighbor upstairs is moving. You may hear a little bit of that, and I will be moving in about a week. Actually, a little less than a week, as wild as that is. So yeah, things are a little bit discombobulated here. Thank you so much for your patience. I'm Danielle Stimpson of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and I'm so glad to have you here with me today. If you're new here, go ahead and click that live chat button. Feel free to request any intention or request for your personal healing. We're going to start things off by building a beautiful crystal grid exactly to all of your requests. If you want to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification classes, if you want to schedule a one-on-one distance healing or tarot reading, or if you want to shop my Reiki Charged Crystal collection, head on over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com. And today through the 28th, which is Monday, so the 28th of August 2023, there is a 20% off sale in my crystal shop with coupon code HOMESWEETHOME, all one word, to help lighten my load as I move up apartment. If you are watching this as a pre-recorded viewing, hello from the past. If you want to skip ahead to the healing portion, start your journey at about the 1.5 hour mark, or skip ahead until you see the lights begin to shift. You can begin your journey there. Those of you who are returning, welcome back and thank you for your ongoing support. Let's go ahead, dive right into the grid, and say hello to everyone. Awesome. Yeah, it's steamy in here, my goodness. Yes, and thank you for the reminder, Patty. Don't forget to hit the like button. Appreciate that very much. So let's see. Let's see who all is in here. Beautiful, nice full house starting off. We've got Chris, Kanta, Dreams. We've got Goddess of Four, welcome back. Violet Integration. And Patty and Key and Affirmation Station. Good to see you all. Let's start building this beautiful grid. We had a blockbuster grid at 4 o'clock, so I'm really glad to have another go. So let's go. Start at the top here. Okay, good stuff. So we've got a good request for... Let's go ahead and bring in some rhodochrosite. Rhodochrosite helps with mother and child bonding. It's also wonderful for stress headaches as well as asthma. It helps with the circulation and the heart, as well as telepathy and shamanic journeying, particularly with our ancestors. So we'll go ahead and bring this in. And let's see what else we have. Goddess of Four, weight loss, digestion, joints, back pain, prosperity, fast cash, healthy pets, happy household. That's an awesome bunch. And we always have, for anyone that might be new, there's always so much overlap between where we're all at. Like, all of our individual scenarios might be very different, but the themes... Hey you! What's up, Patty? But the themes that kind of cross over all of our requests and happen in our lives are really interconnected. Do you want to come up? Come on up. Come on up. No, you're going to cry and make me pick you up? What a baby. Oh, what a baby. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, how nice. Oh, how nice. Yeah, I was out running errands all day, and I'm usually home all day, so they're all like, where were you? It's a lot of different moving parts here, and they're very shaken up. Oh, yes. Yes, Hattie. Yes, Hattie, you're very shaken up, but it's okay. It's all going to be good. You're going to have a new house with carpeting. It's going to be like the whole apartment is your bed. Awesome. So she just kissed the mic stand. So the stream has been blessed. It has been kitty blessed. So let's go ahead and dive into Goddess of Four's intentions. So weight loss, digestion. Let's see. Weight loss, digestion, back pain, joints, prosperity, fast cash, healthy pets, and happy household. We will get to that. So prosperity and cash in general. Let's bring in some citrine. This is a very potent stone of manifesting material abundance and financial well-being, manifesting that money. Citrine, if you want to use it in your manifestations, you can put it wherever you bring money into, so like a cash box, your wallet, wherever you equate with money, keep it at work, or even put it in the back left corner of a room if the door is to your back. That's the like Western abundant corner. So I'll go ahead and bring in that citrine. This also helps with balancing logic and intuition. It aids with nausea, fibromyalgia, addictions, and compulsions. Next, we'll bring in red tiger eye. This helps with manifesting financial abundance in a hurry, manifesting quick money. It's also superb for protection. This is a stone that can be really, really helpful when it comes to spiritual nastiness, malevolent spiritual work, all the way to the people who pick on you, try to get in your way and foul up things on the mundane level as well. It's a very, very strong stone. I know it's we're getting into back to school season. If you know any folks that are going back to school and they're dealing with bullies, this is a really beautiful gift. Red tiger eye. Leopard skin jasper is our favorite stone of, I'm just going to lower my mic a bit. Yeah, there we go. So leopard skin jasper is our favorite stone for our animal companions. This helps with everything that has to do with healing animals and helping us connect to them in healing. It's also really helpful for connecting with our animal guides and guardians. It's wonderful for balance and coordination. That's the word I was looking for, as well as anything impacting the skin. It also helps with manifesting a really spiritually grounded relationship. So we will bring that in. There we go. Howlite is superb for the joints. Any kind of joint pain, dislocation, anything like that. This can be very, very helpful. Also helps with weak or brittle bones, bone healing, osteopenia, difficulty absorbing things like calcium, magnesium. That's very much things I struggle with. But this is also great for anger, frustration, and resentment. If you're struggling with any of those feelings, howlite can be very helpful to kind of bring it down to a dull roar so you can kind of use your logic to start to make some sense of what's going on there. So there we go. I'm just going to go ahead and even these out just a touch. There we go. There we go. Blue apatite can help with weight loss and with weight gain, whatever your intention might be. It also helps with just our relationship with food on a larger level. In whatever way you might want to shift your relationship with food, blue apatite can be really helpful. also wonderful for strengthening your auric field, so you're less likely to take on the energy of others. Very helpful with identifying our soul's purpose and having the courage to act upon it. And it's wonderful for peace and harmony as well. So we'll bring in that blue apatite, such a pretty shade of blue. There we go. For digestion and issues with the gut, we will bring in Dalmatian jasper, and this is also for Key and anyone else that's having any digestion issues. Dalmatian jasper actually has black tourmaline running through it. Black tourmaline helps to really push away negative energy, so this can be really helpful to clear our energy field. It's also helpful if you're feeling overall kind of like jaded or just sort of cynical. It can help to like clear that a little bit. It's also wonderful for anything impacting your digestion, whether it's Crohn's, IBS, acid reflux. I sometimes use it as I have a celiac disease. So we'll go ahead and bring that in. There we go. And next for back pain, Amazonite. This helps with the spine and spinal nerves and any kind of back pain. Oop, sorry about that. Also for luck and bringing in a sense of calm and well-being, helps to encourage self-care, especially in people who tend to be resistant to it or who tend to prioritize others above themselves. I often consider it like a big time go-to for nurses, anybody who tends to forget about their own needs. So that's Amazonite. So I hope you're doing well, Goddess of Four. Let's see. Oh, the card that I pulled? Oh, it was the Justice card. It came out earlier today too. So yeah, it was interesting. National Dog Day. Crystals for doggies? Absolutely. We have Dalmatian jasper out there right now. And another stone for doggos. Let's see. Dumortierite helps with nervous dogs. Dumortierite is also a wonderful stone for helping encourage us to be tidy, and it helps with anger and frustration as well. It encourages a lot of patience. It's wonderful for the ligaments and tendons, standing up for yourself, and for any situation that just seems overall hopeless. So we'll bring in Dumortierite. So let's see. And I'm going to get to everybody's request. I'm just going to bounce around a bit. We've got... I'm going to get to some of Chris's requests. Let's see. Rose quartz, carnelian, garnet. Okay, let's start with some lapis. This can be very helpful when it comes to pain and inflammation, but also with moving upwards in our career and in general, completion of tasks, our talk to do ratio, as my friend Jane would say, our integrity, meeting our commitments. This also helps with disorganization as well as taking responsibility for yourself, aids with vertigo and with hearing loss, and it helps with just open, honest, truthful communication. So we will bring in lapis. There we go. Rose quartz, which we're all familiar with. This is a really potent stone of unconditional love and support for the heart, the emotions, and all levels of emotional healing. It helps to expand our heart center. This is a stone that is very consistent in its loving energy, making it easier to let go of emotional pain as we start to feel more optimistic that we're making space for something better to come in. So I'm going to bring in that rose quartz right here and put it under the dumortierite. There we go. Carnelian helps with relationships on every level. It's very connected with the sacral chakra, which is just beneath the navel, and encompasses sexuality, sexual function and dysfunction, fertility, the ways in which we relate to the world around us and everyone, not just romantic relationships, but absolutely romantic relationships. Also helps with attracting love, and for wound healing, colds and allergies, fertility, very much so, and very much for creativity. So we will bring in carnelian. There we go. Garnet is everything we would think of like that would represent the sun sign of Capricorn or the rising sign of Capricorn. This is being practical, thoughtful in how you approach things, being very cognizant of the best way to do things, being very open to new ways of doing things, especially if it's an improvement. This can help with courage, organization, creativity, practicality, and can be really helpful in times of shift in your life. This is a stone that gives you new perspective to old things. So if you're looking to find new ways of going through your life and completing certain tasks in new and better ways, garnet can help you with that. Grain aventurine encourages you to see that you might be a little bit better at things than you realize. This is a really encouraging stone that says, you can probably do more than you think you can. Let's try. So this helps with confidence. It helps with heart rhythms, allergies, eye problems, and fertility. And if you're struggling with the, I can't do that, I could never do that, this is a stone that says, well, maybe you can. I'll bring in that green aventurine. And we will bring in some emerald too, which helps with breathing, the lungs, everything with the pulmonary system. It's also very, very helpful for healing skin and tissue if you've had an injury or surgery. Helps with rebuilding confidence around appearance, especially if it's something that you may have been picked on or teased about, especially in younger years. This can help you to redefine yourself and start to appreciate those things about you more. Let go of the pain of those stinging words. Also helps to reignite the passions for things in life again. And we will come back to the rest of your requests too. Well, before we go on, I'm going to grab pyrite. This one also helps with financial abundance. It's fool's gold. We like to think that it attracts the real gold. Also very helpful for intuition and protection at the same time. This helps with the brain, specifically with memory, and is even thought to be helpful for the side effects of radiation treatment. It's also helpful for fever. So we'll bring this in. But yeah, a good one for calling in financial abundance for sure. There we go. And we will come back to more of your requests a little bit later. Let's see. Okay. Awesome. Violet integration, heart healing, help with anxiety, and sadness. Rhodonite, one of our old trusty favorites. I work with this stone all the time. This helps allergies, autoimmune stuff, asthma, all of which I really struggle with. Also wonderful for healing the cracks of a broken heart and really soothing, allowing us to heal emotionally. This helps with overcoming breakup, as well as even the loss or passing on of someone too. And it can help with insecurities and even healing from emotional abuse in the past. So we'll bring this in. This has a very strong connection with the lungs as well. I was out running around on my arm crutches in downtown Philly today and very aware of asthma. For anxiety, my favorite stone absolutely is green calcite. Very calming, soothing, deeply grounding. It reassures you on the deepest level. It helps to release not only the anxiety, but the physical tension we can hold in our body as the result of that. It can help with nervousness, the physical heart, and even help like lift the mood, give you a little bit of like laughter at your own expense kind of stuff. So let's go ahead and put these around here. And there we go. There we go. So that's green calcite. And for sadness, my favorite is green onyx. This is a really wonderful stone of grief, sadness, processing emotions. It's also really helpful for even the most intense sadness and like emotional shutdown type sadness. It can help you to move forward despite being in emotional pain and even help you with decision making at a time that's just the last thing you want to do is make decisions. So that's green onyx, but very, very heart soothing for all kinds of sadness and grief. Let's bring this here. Go. I also want to bring in for you anxiety and sadness and heart healing together. Malachite for sure. So malachite helps with everything that we process in the heart center. Hey, come on up. This is good for grief, sadness, loss, all of those things. It can help with depression and anxiety really, really well, and can help us to process even the deeper emotions so that we can move through those difficult emotions without getting stuck and leave the pain of the past behind us as we go through it. It helps with inflammation, arthritis, and insomnia. It's also great for the liver and things like that, and for even phobias, things like specifically fear of flying is the one that's most connected with malachite, but really any phobias at all, this can be quite helpful, as can sunstone. And yeah, so all the best to you, Violet Integration. It's so good to see you. Dreams, tension headaches, definitely. Tension headaches, definitely rhodochrosite, and to some extent, green calcite, back issues, anxiety, and stress. So we got the anxiety. Let's get some stress with shungite. This is a wonderful reliever of stress and blockages of all kinds. But when it comes to stress and emotional pain, this can really help clear them, purge them, especially if they're really stuck. It helps with healing on the physical level, skin and tissue, recent injuries, things like that. This can be really helpful for. Also for just clearing any kind of energy blockages if you feel stuck. And if you're sensitive to electromagnetic fields, this is your best friend. So that is shungite. Let's see, tension headache. There's some other good ones there too. We'll bring in some blue lace agate, which I think someone requested. This one is superb for tension headaches. It's also wonderful for arthritis and fractures, as well as expressing things that are really difficult to say. Also, if it's whether it's writing it, performing it, etc., but anything that's emotionally difficult to express. This is also one if you have to say something that is going to be hard for someone else to hear. This can help to soften your tone quite a bit. It's wonderful for skin allergies and sore throats as well. So that is blue lace agate. Back issues we got with aventurine as well as howlite. Cool, so I think we got all your stuff. Awesome. Good to see you again, Dreams. Okay. And what else do we have? Key is improving but still dealing with stomach issues. I'm actually going to bring in addition to the Dalmatian jasper, peridot, and I'll bring in aquamarine too. So peridot is another one that can be really, really helpful with digestion, anything, especially things like acid reflux, but anything like IBS, Crohn's, any of that. Also really helpful for anger and jealousy, as well as helping you to shore up those friendships that are in your best interest, like those friendships that make you a better person. This is a wonderful stone to help support those friendships. Also helps with depression and prosperity overall, as well as helping to break up and release bad habits, cycles, limiting beliefs, things like that that kind of get in our way. So that is peridot. Aquamarine is helpful for all of the fluids in the body, as well as the teeth and gums. It aids with forgiveness and with discouraging people from approaching you that have the worst kind of behavior. We call it the anti-Karen stone, but specifically it's great for deflecting really petty, low vibe, like immature types of behavior. So this is aquamarine. Also helps with intentions around justice. So we'll put that there. And you've got some other good requests there too. You're welcome, Dreams. You're so welcome. So glad to see you again. And let's see. Fuchsite. We'll bring in tree agate, specifically Patty's favorite one. The heart-shaped tree agate. Came out of a bag of lapidary rough looking just like this. But yeah, this is tree agate is sacred in Ayurveda, the sister science to yoga, and it's thought to balance energy on all levels in the body, regardless of the type of imbalance that you might have. This helps to balance the energy right down to the individual nadi, N-A-D-I in English. Those are like the smallest channels through which energy flows in the body in the system of Ayurveda. You might be familiar or familiar-ish with the chakras. That's like the kind of high level big part of the system. The nadi kind of bring it down to like where the energy goes throughout your body on a much smaller detailed level. So this helps with that. So that is tree agate. Moss agate is very much revered in Chinese medicine, and it looks similar and has some similar features. So moss agate helps with all kinds of infection and illness and anything that would be referred to as having wind in Chinese medicine, which is infections, things like that, things that are invaders in your body that are moving quickly throughout it. This also helps to deeply connect with nature, which helps to just reset your energy flow on a very deep level. It's a very spiritual stone that aids connection with your higher self as well as your inner child. So any work you're doing there, it's helpful for. And it's also wonderful for just connection to spirit and unconditional love. So that is moss agate. There we go. Awesome. Fuchsite helps invite in a sense of play and self-care and is also wonderful for any kind of inner child healing. This helps with carpal tunnel, spinal alignment, and even sleep disturbances. So that is fuchsite. There we go. And dragon's blood. This is made of pymonite as well as epidote, which is another favorite stone of ours. This helps the nervous system as well as the immune system, and can also support healthy skin, hair, nails, as well as the thyroid. On a more spiritual and emotional level, it can help with happiness, wisdom, and optimism in general, but it's really especially helpful for grief, loss, and processing those things without getting trapped in a sense of self-pity. It can help you to learn from your mistakes, and it can help you to have patience with yourself and others. So we'll go ahead and bring this in. So that is dragon's blood. There we go. Sunstone helps to greatly expand our vision of who we are and what we can do. It helps with bringing in good luck and sort of like a positive energy, but it also helps you to be recognized and noticed, and can really bring your profile up quite a bit. Whether you're looking to be noticed as you promote yourself, or if you're going through job interviews or anything like that, this helps you to just sort of be seen, be recognized. It's also helpful for phobias alongside malachite. Wonderful for career opportunities and for also exploitation and anyone who would try to manipulate you around money. This can really help protect against that. So that is sunstone. I like to think of it as being a really wonderful stone of being. It's very aligned with the solar plexus as well as the sacral. And what else did you have in here? Peacock ore. Peacock ore, I still haven't had as much time to spend with this as I would like, but this is and by the way, thank you Chris for purchasing this. This is such a beautiful, beautiful stone. Also goes by the name chalcopyrite. This is a stone that as I have worked with it, it's definitely connected with like thinking and critical thought and executive function. It's wonderful for those in the neurodivergent realm. I am part of that as someone with PTSD. I know that that's definitely impacted. It can even help with like finding things that are lost. It basically helps you to kind of reset and reorient your mind, among many other things. But that is chalcopyrite or peacock ore. So I'm going to go ahead and place this. There we go. There we go. Labradorite can help with better sleep as well as clairvoyance. This helps with customer service and discouraging disputes, kind of calming that energy. It helps with detailed attention to things like the needle in a haystack kind of energy. Very helpful if you need to do like really detailed, like every word matters kind of reading, like especially in Mercury retrograde, which we're in right now. So like, for example, when I was reading over the lease that I'm signing for my new apartment, this was with me as I went through it line by line to make sure I read it correctly. But also helps with, in general, just detailed attention to anything. If you're someone who is a coder, programmer, someone who has very highly detailed work, this can be very, very helpful. It also helps with clairvoyance and enjoying travel. And for your request around Mercury retrograde, in addition to the labradorite, one of my favorite stones to help with that is sodalite. So when Mercury is retrograde, it seems to be moving, from our vantage point, it looks like it's moving backwards in the sky. And on the spiritual level, basically what's happening is that's the planet of communication. So when it's moving backwards in the sky, rather than communicating, being supported, it's kind of like telling us to retrograde means to revisit. Retrograde doesn't mean bad. When you hear retrograde, think of revisit all of the different aspects of your life that are represented by that planet. So we're revisiting communication, things we have said, things we have done, and it's a time to revisit and reflect inward, communicate with ourselves rather than outward, which is why communication gets kind of fraught. We're hearing ourselves more than we're hearing the other person. Sodalite helps with communication on all levels, whether it's spoken, written, performed, sung, whatever the case might be. However you express yourself, Sodalite supports it. So this can really support you as you overcome that kind of hampering effect. This is also really helpful for grounding impulses, homesickness. This is a great stone for homesickness, and for coming to terms with aspects around aging and menopause. So that is Sodalite. So we'll go ahead and bring this in here. But yeah, this is probably my favorite stone if you're someone who really struggles with Mercury retrograde. Yes, little Hattie. Yeah, come on up. Come on up. You're singing to us, little lady. Are you singing? Are you singing? You're awesome. Thank you for being here as always. JS Paul, I hope you I typed a request and you brought out Dragonstone right then. Awesome. And awesome. Martha, good to see you. FSS, the furry singing sisters. I love it. Oh, and they are furry singers, furry songstresses, and your crystal order went out today. You might have it as soon as like Monday. Who knows, maybe even sooner. It went priority. So thank you so much for your purchase, and for everyone that's bought crystals, thank you so much. Seriously, the post office lady was like, don't worry, I already did all the work on my end. I printed out all the tags. All you need to do is scan them in. She's like, oh, thank you. But thank you, everyone, so much. So let's see what else we got. Next is Affirmation Station. Angels, please. You got it. Yeah, you want to come up? Got some purrs for us? Yeah, do ya? That's up to you. Do. You want to help me pick some angel stones? Let's see, some celestite, some angelite, and some sapphire. Awesome. So celestite and angelite are actually very closely related on the physical level. If angelite is left under the Earth's surface long enough, it turns into celestite. So they're very, very closely related. So angelite, as we see here, very connected to the angels, as the name would suggest, but it also helps you to feel connected to source. It's really very rebalancing, especially if you just feel like overwhelmed by the world. It helps with spiritual protection, and it's also thought to help you to experience more healing from sound healing. So a wonderful stone to bring with you if you're going to a sound healing event. Let's go ahead and bring these in. Bring that in. Okay, there we go. So that's angelite. Celestite helps with connection with our higher wisdom. So that's our higher self, our spirit guides, as well as our angels. It helps with discernment, particularly helpful with, it helps with everything, but particularly fear. If you can't tell, like, is that fear like being triggered as like a memory of something? Is this sort of an intuition telling me something? Or is this my logic saying, hey, this looks dangerous? This will help you figure out which of those it might be coming from. Also helps with all matter of physical pain, because it really helps with focusing on the upper chakras and our connection to our spirit body. So there is celestite as it keeps jumping out of my hands. Can't wait to get in this grid. I'm going to put this extra piece in the center. And this is another piece of celestite that I bought in Florida years ago when I went to visit my grandparents. They asked their friends for, like, they were looking for things that I would want to do. Really just wanted to hang out with them. That's why I went. But they found out about a crystal shop. And so they drove me all the way, like it was not close, to a crystal shop. And this is one of the things that I bought. This is a huge piece of celestite. It looks like a big old egg. And that's what it looks like in the back. Yeah. And then this is another piece that I have here. Celestite and angelite are both very soft stones. So yeah, just thought I would share that with you. And sapphire. Sapphire very much helps us to connect with our angels, our spirit wisdom. It's exceptional for things like mediumship and channeling, even how to explain and express the messages we get for someone else. It helps with speedy justice, the thyroid, dementia, and the eyes and ears, and every level of connection with your angels. It also helps with envisioning positive outcomes when there's a lot of change afoot, and it's easy to kind of get into this, well, everything's changing, this is not going to be good. This is one that helps you to really envision something good coming of all that change. So that is sapphire. So thank you for being here, Affirmation Station. It's so good to see you. Let's see. Crazy lace agate, absolutely. This helps with balance and phobias, as well as confidence and protection. If you work with the spirit medicine of spider, if spiders come to you a lot, this is wonderful for connecting with that and the sort of the web of fate or the web of life. Also helpful for, speaking of phobias, if you're afraid of spiders, this can also help. It also is helpful for physical energy and for connecting to timelines of the past. So if you do any paranormal work, this can help you to connect in that way. I would love to take a piece of this down to Fort Mifflin in Philly. It's down by the airport. It's the fort that saved America. It's got an incredible history. And yeah, if you want to meet some spirits without being in like a dangerous or bad place, that is a wonderful place to go. It's right by the airport. If you're ever here on a layover, that's a good place to pop out. Go to that and then go back to the airport if you have to. And let's see. Yay. So glad to see everyone. Next is Kanta. Intentions. Stick a fork into really delicious projects. Do the work you really want to do, staying on your unique life path. Steady and steadfast, but also easy and dancy. Absolutely. Your unique life path, definitely. Blue apatite helps. Larimer helps. And polychrome jasper. So let's start with Larimer. Beautiful stone. Ooh, pretty. So this helps with connection to your spiritual purpose and your own unique way of connecting with it and having confidence on that path. This helps to separate your ego from your spiritual work and can also help you to connect to the innovating, pioneering way of looking at your soul's purpose, because our soul's purpose is totally unique to us. You will feel like you're walking totally off on your own at many times, because you kind of are. It's not meant to be a highway. It's meant to be a path just for you. So this is very, very supportive of that. So let's go ahead and bring some of these in. There we go. So that's Larimer. Polychrome jasper helps to reignite our soul's purpose. It also helps to connect with, it helps to really reconnect with our sense of purpose, and helps us to reignite our Earth Star chakra. The Earth Star chakra has a lot to do with enacting our soul's purpose, not just knowing what it is, but actually showing up and walking the walk. It's an energy center beneath the root. This is also helpful for breaking indifference and really motivating you to get moving in a sense. It helps with physical motion as well, including joint health and your arms and legs, particularly your legs, and with self-confidence. So that is polychrome jasper. So let's go ahead and, yeah, if you feel like you're in a place where you're like, oh, I feel like I can't even get off the couch, even though I know what I want to do, or even if I don't, this is a really helpful stone. And let's see. I think that those will help. So thank you for being here. I hope you're doing well. And Jennifer Vatsa, clarity, confidence, connection, astral travel, protection from malicious spying, and magical work. Absolutely. So we've got red tiger's eye, which is spot on for that. I'm also going to bring in fire opal. This can be really helpful for any kind of magical work or shamanic work anyone might be doing. This has been sacred to the shamans for as far back as anyone can remember, and long before that too. This helps when you're doing any kind of work, especially healing work. It helps you to not even be seen or noticed by anything that would cause you any kind of harm. So that is fire opal. Apologies for the backup beeps. My neighbor has a moving truck, and it's the kind that you drive yourself, and it's a learning curve. Lemurian quartz, iolite, black tourmaline. You got it. So Lemurian quartz, iolite, black tourmaline. Black tourmaline powerfully repels negative energy, like we mentioned in Dalmatian jasper. This is one I've even gone so far as to crush it up and sew it into curtains. South Philly tested and approved. It works. But yeah, you can keep this around you. You can put it in your vicinity or around the edge of your property or on the inside of your door or anything like that. It really helps keep those negative vibes at bay. So that's black tourmaline. There we go. Iolite helps with any kind of shamanic or magical work, any kind of visionary meditation or clairvoyant work. Can also be very helpful for fever, for sleep disturbances that are related to being like a little ungrounded or lots of spiritual work, and also helpful for money management and weight loss if that's a goal that anyone happens to have. So that is iolite. There we go. Lemurian quartz helps with past life healing and childhood type stuff healing. So this is great for healing the past. It's great for emotional healing, especially releasing emotional pain of the past, and also to kind of past life healing on the spiritual level too. This can help with learning about ourselves while we're on our self-healing journey, which is very helpful as we mature as a soul. So very powerful healer. Oftentimes emotional stuff that gets stuck early in life can be really hard to let go of. This is a stone that can be helpful in many ways of dealing with that, but also oftentimes, even though we might not be aware of it, pain of the past, sometimes it also is stuck in a past life. And we don't necessarily have to recall that life in order to do healing work around it. And this is a stone that helps with that. So I'm going to move the dumortierite and help to put these stones. Here we go. Let's actually put them inward this time. There we go. This one wants to come. I'm going to put these here too. There we go. And yeah, there we go. Cool. Thank you for being here, Jen. What's a crystal for astral traveling? I'm going to bring in some prehnite for that, actually. This is my favorite stone of that kind of work. This helps with not only astral travel, lucid dreaming, but prophecy, divination. Iolite can help with it too, for sure, but prehnite is my favorite for it. This helps to also facilitate a space for learning and teaching any kind of spiritual practice or energy practice. I have a big piece of it behind me, especially helpful for when I'm teaching Reiki. And it also aids meditation, and it can even help calm a wandering mind when you're meditating or doing any kind of psychopomp work. It also helps with refusing unfair demands. If you're someone that has a hard time holding boundaries around that, prehnite can be really, really helpful. So we'll bring this in too. So let's put this here and here. There we go. And Kanta also mentions, open to my heart, meeting the sweet macho nerd I know is out there when the time is right. Probably not during the retro. Well, you never know. It could be. Let's see. Let's bring some moonstone in. This helps with connection to the cycles, rhythms, and patterns of nature, as well as divine timing. And it helps with calling in a really significant soulmate type relationship. Carnelian is already out there. That helps with that, as does leopard skin jasper, and that's there too. Moonstone is helpful as well for intuition, the divine feminine, protection for women, connection to deep spiritual knowledge and even old sacred healing practices. Helps with connection to the lunar cycles too. So if you're doing any kind of moon magic, like full or new moon type stuff, this can be really helpful. And I often think of it as being very connected with the High Priestess in the tarot deck. So that can help. So let's bring in that moonstone. Samantha, yep, we talked about doggos. Curse removal, challenging family memberships, romantic relationships, friendships, work atmosphere, things holding you back, previous relationships. Gotcha. So definitely empath, medium, soul healing, like old generational type stuff. Definitely helpful for Lemurian quartz, red tiger eye, and let's bring in some black onyx. This is highly protective. It helps with also self-doubt, self-esteem, and it grounds a lot of fear and anxiety too, but it's very, very, very connected to the ancestral realm. It can help protect against anyone that is trying to play mind games as well. And it's wonderful for grief, too. It's a superb stone for grief. It was very popular in Victorian times for that reason. Well, that and because it was black and Victoria was wearing black. So there we go. Okay, so that can hopefully help, too. Let's see. I also feel like indigo gabbro can be helpful. This can be helpful for seeing the ways in which we get in our own way, like going into the deeper parts of our personal healing, the shadow work, that can help us root out the ways in which we trip ourselves up, our detrimental tendencies. It helps with also with intuition, dreams, and meditation, as well as integrating your spiritual connection to your regular everyday life. And on a physical level, great for menopause as well as period pain. So that is indigo gabbro, which also goes by the name mystic merlinite. So let's go ahead and put this here. Ooh, oh no, making a mess. There we go. And here are 2 more. There we go. Sweet. Let's see. New beginnings, new people, new ideas, new hope. Absolutely have that covered with sunstone. And sapphire too. Also going to bring in envisioning future potential, seeing the big picture, new adventures. That is all the things that are awesome about picture jasper. Picture jasper is also great for the kidneys, for traveling abroad, traveling and learning about and working with new cultures, learning new languages, but all about seeing, like, big time, giving yourself the opportunity to just envision something really big and beautiful in the future, which helps us to let go of like a lot of the doubt kind of things. Sometimes brainstorming really happy things is a good thing, especially when it comes to the future. That helps us to let go of a lot of the worries that can arise. There we go. Whoops. There we go. So that is picture jasper. Also goes by desert jasper. And there we go. Let's put this extra one here in the center, because why not? Glad that you are here. Endometriosis, psoriasis, and sleep healing. Psoriasis, anything that impacts the skin, leopard skin jasper, and autoimmune is rhodonite. Sleep healing, we've done iolite, labradorite, malachite. And endometriosis, let's bring in some pink tourmaline. This helps with every kind of gynecologic issue you could possibly think of. And also is another stone that can help with mom and baby bonding. Anything around period issues, endometriosis, anything. Also helps nerve pain, neuralgia, and migraine, as well as muscle weakness, spinal injuries, anything having to do with hormones regardless of gender, and even dispelling a really negative self-image, help you to see yourself in a newer, better light. So that is pink tourmaline. There we go. I hope that helps. You're welcome, Sam. Hey, Allison. Okay, cool. We will get to your request. Let's see. And with Martha, we've got red tiger eye, moonstone. So we've got a lot of what you're requesting. Let's get a few more. Bloodstone, mookite, smoky. amethyst, red coral, garnet and emerald are in there. Is ruby in there? Rubies will be now. Yellow calcite. Okay. Ruby is super helpful when it comes to having the courage to be ourselves. So this can also be helpful for those of you that want some support on your soul's purpose. But yeah, courage to be yourself, also leadership skills in a big way. Also helps with fibromyalgia as well as love and fertility. So let's bring this in here. That's ruby. Red coral is highly protective of women, especially when you think of like misogyny and everywhere that can live and permeate the culture, even without it being intentional, that it's just sort of like, it's so ingrained in the processes that we don't even see it. It's like baked in. So this helps anytime that a woman is relegated, seconded, or kind of left out. This helps to smash glass ceiling type things and helps to protect women and also boost their voices and help them to get integrated into the conversations. So that is red coral. Put that here. Whenever you're buying coral, definitely be careful of the source of it, because there are a lot of corals that are available that are not harvested in a way that is helpful to the reefs and could actually damage and harm them. Smoky quartz is very protective and it helps to clear energy. This is one that brings in a lot of calm. It helps to like calm a lot of worry energy too. It helps to remove energy blocks. It's very protective. It's even thought to protect things against theft, and it can fundamentally shift energy or transmute it. It can be as light as this, like just off of clear, all the way down into like a dark, almost black kind of color. So let's go ahead and bring this in. Yeah, we'll bring this in right here. So that is smoky quartz. Mookaite helps with accepting change and with making decisions. It gives the immune system a boost, and it can also help calm digestion. So I think that that's definitely on tap tonight. Also wonderful for bladder pain if anyone's struggling with that. This also goes by Australia jasper, and it does come in different colors, including like a mustardy kind of color. So that is mookaite. Let's put that here and here. Bloodstone, which also goes by the name heliotrope, is one of my emotional stuff hits the fan stones. It helps to lift despair and give a lot of emotional stamina and perseverance, even in the most difficult and challenging of times. Like stuff that hits your heart and like shakes the foundation underneath you. So like heart and root chakra together. Great for relieving self-doubt and for calming the mind when you are meditating. This is one that if you have somebody that just like, they just got news and like it's heartbreaking and it just changes everything about their life, bloodstone's a good one. Okay, let's bring that in here. So bloodstone, aka heliotrope. Yellow calcite helps with optimism and our sense of self. This is a wonderful tonic for the solar plexus, which is the center of self, personal identity, free will, and acting upon your wishes and desires in this life. It helps to release the need of approval for others and helps you to set priorities based on your motivations. It's wonderful for boundaries, self-confidence, and just optimism in general. So that is yellow calcite. It also brings a lot of joy and fun kind of energies in. So that is, let's see, yellow calcite. There we go. And we have some amethyst, which helps with spiritual connection, opening up the spiritual centers. Anytime that we're doing any self-healing work, this is one that reminds us to take it one step at a time and really integrate those steps. Also to be a little gentle on ourselves and not just feel super shameful and like, oh my God, I can't believe that I did this or I acted that way or what have you. This is one that says it's okay. One foot in front of the other. You're going forward. Do the best you can. So this is very connected with addiction and recovery. And when you think of the serenity prayer, changing the things you cannot accept, accepting the things you cannot change, and the wisdom to know the difference, this stone really holds that true. So let's see, where shall we place you? Let us place this under the Mukite. So there we go. Thank you for being here, Martha, and thank you for all your ongoing support. More pay for your son-in-law or a new career opportunity. Absolutely. We've got the financial abundance stones, but when it comes to new career opportunities, sunstone and lapis are where it is at. So we'll put that intention for your son-in-law with those stones too. Inspiring lightness and a happy body. Love it. Lightness and a happy body. Let's see. I would say for lightness, shungite really comes to mind, as well as celestite, which are both here. Shungite helps to release a lot of deep, old, stuck things. And celestite helps you to kind of like expand your body and go into those upper chakras. And as far as like happy body, general body wellness, well-being on all levels, we got that covered with moss agate and even more importantly, tree agate. That's super helpful for that. Tree agate is sacred in Ayurveda and it helps with balance on all the levels of the body, mind, and spirit. But regardless of where the imbalance is, it helps to rebalance it and bring it into harmony. So I hope that that helps. And if you think of anything in particular, let me know. But I think that those really kind of bring it home. That's what I would pick for you. But they're already there. JS, hold myself and my life with joy, hope for the future, clearing blockages. Clearing blockages we got with shungite. Joy and hope for the future is sapphire, picture jasper. Both of those are huge for that. Joy and hope for the future. Definitely those. Also, aventurine and sunstone, which are both there. So I feel like that helps with both of those. Sore throat for Allison is blue lace agate, which is in here. Financial abundance, we've got citrine, pyrite, and red tiger eye. Forgiveness, we have aquamarine, and even as a secondary to that, I would go with dumortierite, which is here. And improving health, same thing, moss agate and tree agate. Hey, Heart, good to see you. Protect energy from others and blue apatite. Absolutely. Blue apatite is here. Protecting energy from others. we have shungite, black tourmaline, which is super helpful for that. And also the blue apatite. Is there anything else that can help with protecting energy from others? Smoky quartz and black onyx, with both of those also happen to be in the grid. And I think we've got it all. Let me just see if I skipped any of Chris's. Herkimer and obsidian. Cool. Herkimer and obsidian. I'm going to bring in mahogany obsidian and some snowflake obsidian. So Herkimer helps with manifesting. Everything that everyone's asking for, this can help. So this helps to boost what you're manifesting. It helps to connect to divinity. It brings in relaxation and being in the present moment, as well as harmonizing energy. It helps to balance and bring in, it brings a lot of balance to metabolism, but it's a serious encourager, if you will, of intuition and intuitive ability. So let's see. Apologies in advance. It sounds like my neighbors are putting their motorbikes into the moving truck. So if it sounds like lawnmower engines, that's what it is. Snowflake obsidian can help with calming overstimulation and general balance and well-being of body, mind, and spirit. It helps to bring about serenity and peace, especially with hope after loss. So a lot of you that are saying like you're envisioning future potential, that can be really helpful with that. This is also great for clairaudience. Anytime that if you're inclined to get guidance and wisdom through hearing, snowflake obsidian can very much help empower that. So let's bring this in. Let's see, we've got some room here and here. And last but certainly not least, let's bring in some mahogany obsidian. This is one that I think kind of hits on a lot of notes that we had today. This helps with releasing perfectionism and meeting goals. It brings a lot of vitality, strength, and just physical energy into things. It helps to release any need for approval of others and helps us to prioritize our wants, needs, and desires. It's one that, in a really powerful way, helps us to let go of the idea that it needs to be perfect and approved of by someone in order to be valid. Helps you to feel more validated and like you don't need the validation of others. It's great for teeth, carpal tunnel, and healing of the skin, but in general, just meeting goals. So this is one I work with a lot. So let's go ahead and bring this in. Where shall we squeeze this one in? Let's bring in, that's a little too big. Let's bring this one in here. And we'll bring this larger piece of mahogany obsidian right under here. There we go. So I think we've got it all. That's a really packed grid and it's beautiful. Thank you all so much for encouraging that. Oh. Goddess of Four. Sounds like your landlord raising the rent isn't working out for him. No, it is not. It definitely is not. There's like 3 other people leaving that I didn't even know about. I'm like, yeah, I saw one guy, Brian, leaving with a bunch of luggage, and I'm like, oh, hey, are you like, because I know he goes to do laundry outside of here sometimes, and it's like, oh, hey, you going to do laundry? He's like, nope, I'm out. I'm like, damn, okay, you too? He's like, yeah, that's enough. So, yep. And then one of the people who is staying is actually going from his apartment into my apartment. So he's going from a really small studio into my 1 bedroom. So I actually had him over yesterday and I was like, what do I have here that I'm letting go of that you want? So he's actually going to take some things because he doesn't really have a lot of furniture. So it works out really well. So Yeah. But yeah, it's didn't work out well. Haha. Yeah, and there's depths of it that I haven't even talked about here, but he's yeah, there's some things. Maybe I'll talk about them when I don't live in his properties anymore, but it's pretty intense stuff. But something really bad happened at one of his other buildings, and yeah, to do raising the rent on the heels of that is, well, it's a college. There's a lot of colleges here, a lot of people coming in. They don't know the history or how to research these landlords, and but yeah, there's a lot of people leaving, and it's a bad time for people to leave. People generally don't move in places in October, so all the best. Awesome. So let's go on ahead in. Yeah, I'm moving in a few days. I feel much happier. Thank you. It's starting to feel good. It's starting to feel good. So, yeah. But thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for all of your ongoing support. We're going to go ahead into the healing. So I'm going to go ahead and explain all the different ways that you can get the most out of your session and explain what Reiki is. And for those of you who've already heard this a bunch of times, you know what to do. We'll go ahead and we'll lift that energy of our spaces that we're in and the space that we're creating together. Go ahead into that live chat, click that like button if you haven't already. And while you're there, share anything that you're grateful for, anything at all. If you don't feel like typing it out in a public setting, totally cool. Just take a deep breath in and think about it. It will shift your energy, the energy of your space, and the energy that we're sharing. I will explain what Reiki is, and then we're going to get into the healing. So, Awesome. So thank you all again so much for being here, and it's wonderful to see you all. So I'm Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and just a few days after I settle into my new move, I'm celebrating the 15th anniversary of the very first Reiki class I ever taught right here in this neighborhood. Love it! So glad you could be part of this journey. If you want to learn more about my live online Reiki certification classes, if you want to schedule a one-on-one distance healing or tarot reading, or if you want to shop my Reiki charged crystal collection, head on over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com. The link is in the description. And if you want to save some money on crystals, definitely go ahead and use my, right now my sale code is Home Sweet Home, all one word. Use that as your coupon code when you go to buy crystals at learnreikiphiladelphia.com through Monday, August 28th of 2023. That'll help lighten my load for the move, and I'll deeply appreciate it. So, what is Reiki? Well, Reiki has become more or less a catch-all term for energy healing, but specifically I work with what's known as Usui Reiki. This is one practice of many of working with this energy, and it was created by Mikao Usui in the early 1920s in Japan, at a really difficult time in Japan's history where it really called for, yes, a deeply spiritual practice, but it had to be absolutely secular. And I feel like that's a big part of why it resonates with us so much in the West. That's absolutely what we need. So the term Reiki in Japanese translates roughly, very roughly, to spiritually guided soul energy. And so to understand that better, we're best to look at the indigenous spirituality of Japan, which is Shintoism, in which everyone and everything is interconnected, and the abundant spiritual soul energy, if you will, flows from spirit, however you might define it, through and to everyone and everything on earth through that interconnectedness. And essentially what I'll be doing today is using Usui's techniques to connect to that energy that's already flowing through us, even if we're not aware of it, and essentially direct more of it to you wherever you happen to be and whenever you happen to be. So I'll explain that in a moment. So to make the most of your session, just go ahead and get comfy as you can. You can be sitting up, laying down, or moving around, whatever feels right to you. You don't have to focus on anything. You don't have to keep your mind silent. In fact, you can do anything you like. This is a beautiful time for you to enjoy and celebrate any way that you want to, whether it's relaxing and just feeling the healing, or journaling, or stretching, moving, drinking some water, making a cup of tea. Whatever feels right for you in this time, that's the perfect thing to do. During the session, you may feel some physical sensations, some emotions may rise up or get released. Mentally, you may be able to parse some things out or hear your subconscious, and spiritually, you may get some deep clarity or revelations coming through. And you also may just have a really beautiful, deeply healing nap, and that's incredible too. As we go through the session, which will last 25 minutes, I will turn the lights down. You'll notice that they'll move slowly and gently through several different colors. At no point will they flash or strobe. And I'll turn up the music. So if you want to learn about the musical creator, enjoy more of her music, go ahead and check out her link at the bottom of the description. You can check out her YouTube channel and her website. As far as when you're watching this and how do you heal from a recording, well, Reiki is not subject to the same limitations that humans have in our realm. So we can be in one place at one time, but the Reiki can be everywhere all at once, and it is. So whenever you happen to be finding this video, it's here for you to heal in the moment. And for all of those of you who are here live, if you ever feel like you need a session and I'm not live, go ahead over to the past healing live streams. Kick one on. You can skip ahead to the healing if you want to, or enjoy the hanging out at the beginning and checking out the crystals, whatever feels right to you that day. And the healing will be there for you exactly when you need it. I am here 5 times a week, same days and times every week. So you can always join me, but you can also subscribe with your notifications on so you hopefully won't miss an opportunity. Additionally, just because I will be moving next week on Thursday, which I normally do not stream, any streams that I may miss because of internet or whatever else, I will have some pre-recorded healings that will go up at the regular time. That will be a premiere, which means that they run live. So I will be in the chat, even though I won't be able to take intentions and put them into the grid. You'll still be able to hang out. We'll all be able to hang out in chat while I build a grid and then enjoy the healing all together, so we won't miss a beat. Thank you all so much for being here. It's a privilege and an honor to hang out with you and share this energy with all of you. And thank you all for showing each other the love and support that you do. It really fills my heart with joy. So let's go ahead, head on back to the grid, and I'm going to go ahead and send you some healing. Awesome. Ooh, that's a beautiful grid. Well done, everybody. Let's see. It's a little bit cockeyed. Let's see if I can move it. There we go. Ooh, pretty. Let's see. I might be blocking part of it. Nope. Nope. We'll just put me up in the corner here. Yeah, we'll just leave me where I was. Okay. So everyone, enjoy your healing. Thank you for all of your requests. Enjoy this healing. I'll see you all in 25 minutes. I invite you to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly come back to your body. Move your fingers and toes. Thank you all so much for being here with me today. It was an honor and a privilege. Thank you, Martha. That's so sweet of you. Oh, Patty, absolutely. Talk it out. That's what we're here for. You're so welcome, Martha. Thank you for all of your support. Seriously. And the little singing babies are somewhere. They sung me awake at 4:22 this morning. I was like, no. No, I'm going back to bed. Then they came back at 6 o'clock, and I'm like, okay, I can deal with 6. Thank you all so much for being here. If you have any questions or anything to share, feel free to go ahead and use the chat. And if you want to head on your way, that's totally cool. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. My next stream is Sunday at 8 p.m. East Coast US time. You're so welcome, Chris. And as a reminder, even though I'm moving next Thursday, depending on what goes on with getting my internet reconnected and all of that, there'll still be something live. It might be a live premiere, so it's like a pre-recorded crystal grid and healing that I've created just for us that we can all enjoy as a premiere, and I'll be in the chat with all of you. So either way, there'll be something to tune in for. We're not going to miss a beat. Thank you, Heart. Am I all set? Not quite, but not a lot to button up yet. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. Yeah, I still need to order my mattress. I still need to, shore up a couple things, but it'll be fine. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you, Patty. Yeah, the girls are going to miss their front door and like their big windows with lots of activity. Yeah, the windows are going to be a lot more limited where they're at, but it's just how it goes sometimes. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I couldn't just not be here. That's not cool with me. So yeah, I'll pre-record some healings. And yes, I'm hiring a friend of a neighbor to do some, or that's what it looks like for right now. We'll see. There's a week between now and then. But yeah, I can't do it on my own. I can barely, I walk on crutches. I'm going to need a pro to help me. But I'm only moving 3 blocks, so it's not that far. Yes, a good cat tree will work for them. And I'm going to build them something so they can get up into the window that's there. Or there's 2, but I'll make sure that there's one just for them. And they have lots of toys. And, if I have to, I'll get them. I've been thinking of getting one of the really cheap, like, kid tablets. So that, because they love playing games on my phone. So if I get them, like, a little kid tablet, they'll have fun with that. But they have so many toys. Yeah, and of course they love boxes. Like, I don't get them expensive toys because they generally like the boxes better, but I know they like playing fishy on my phone. If I give them like a tablet, they would be good for hours. So yeah, they'll be set up once we transition, but it's going to be their first big move since I took them from the shelter, and then their second big move was from my bathroom to the rest of the apartment. So, oh, they have me, so that's the most important. Thank you. I also got this, it's like a little plastic it looks like a little gun that you put a whole bunch of the little puffball toys in, and it flings them across the room. It like shoots them across the room. And I got a whole bunch of toys for it, like little puffballs. So I'll be able to sit there and like fling balls across the room, and they'll be okay. I know they will be, but I just still feel bad. Have a good night, Allison. Yeah, it'll be, you know, it's going to be carpeted, and they love things that are upholstered, so they'll love that. And I'm taking all the things that they like the most other than the window. I'm letting my couch go, but I'm keeping the cushions they like on it, so. Awesome. Well, I'm going to go ahead and bring the stream to a close with an abundance of gratitude. I will be here Sunday night at 8 p.m. East Coast US time. Again, if you want to save some money on those crystals, you can head on over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com, click shop, and use the promo code Home Sweet Home, all one word, to save 20% on your crystal purchase. Thank you all so much. Have a wonderful rest of your evening and weekend wherever you happen to be. Take care, and bye for now.